Today, I'm going to be sharing with us ladies the need for us to stop giving husband or marriage benefits to men that are not yet married to us. By that I mean your boyfriend or your fiance. Welcome back to my space. I'm Hemsi Banieto, and today I'm going to be telling you why you should stop giving husband or marriage benefits to your boyfriend and your fiancés, no matter how serious the relationship might be. Now, first of all, no matter the extent or years you guys have been together, so long as both of you have not yet tied the knot, he has not paid your dowry, even if he has met your people and the families have met, maybe the initial ceremonies have been done, so long as all the rites have not been completed, my sister, he is still not your husband fully, and anything can happen. In as much as nobody prays for that, but while we hope for the best, we also expect the worst. Yes. So that being said, do not do certain things in that your relationship, especially when you both have been together for a very long time and maybe marriage has come up and is now in view. There are certain things you should not do in that your relationship, so as not to give your fiance or your boyfriend or husband to be reasons to feel like he's about to make a mistake, or he can do better for himself with another woman elsewhere or outside, or maybe that the woman he's about to get married to is probably a cheap or loose woman, or maybe she's too desperate. No matter what the challenges are, there are certain things you should not do in your relationship, especially if it has become a long-term relationship. And one of those things are: number one, never you move in with your partner, your unmarried partner, your boyfriend or fiance. Never do that. On no grounds, on no circumstance. There is no justification, both moral and otherwise, especially in the head of a man, while you, that is unmarried, not yet married to him fully, should come and live and become an unnecessary burden to him. Yes, we have living couples now, and they will tell you that it's working, that you have to rehearse your marriage. Let me tell you, 90% of failed marriages are marriages, if you look at them, or failed relationships, are those where both couples became living partners even without being married. It gave room for all sorts of see finish, and then one partner decided to chicken out of the relationship. Yes, so why would you set your marriage up for failure right from the onset, even before the marriage itself started, by going to live with your partner? It doesn't matter if your family, your parents or siblings are the ones actually pressurizing you to get married, and maybe reminding you every day how old you are and how many of your mates are already having 4 or 5 children in their husband's house. That should not be a reason for you to go and live with a man who has not become your husband, who hasn't paid your dowry, and who hasn't taken you to the altar to bless your union with him. If you feel that your parents' house have become unnecessarily uncomfortable and unpalatable for you to stay in, your your partner's house is the last place you should pack to. You could find a friend with whom you could squat with whom you could put up with for some few months while you hope and maybe nudge your partner to do the right thing hurriedly. But please, on no account should you pack your things to go and live with a man who is not yet your husband. I mean, it comes off as desperate. And your in-laws to be, that's your husband's people, your fiance's family, will see you as a cheap and loose woman, and you would lose your respect, your regard, not just in the eyes of your man, but in the eyes of his family. And they could end up treating you anyhow or talking to you anyhow. Yes, even if your husband doesn't feel it, but his family will nurse that resentment of being loose towards you in their hearts, and one day they could act it out to your face. So never, you might say you're not marrying the family, but you are actually. So mind what you do with your son until you, well, especially while you are not yet married to him. Do not come off to them as desperate, that without their son you can't live. If we are going to be truthful to ourselves, when it comes to marriage, we women are the ones who give more. And whether the men want to accept it and appreciate it or not, they are the ones who gain more. They gain more because you change your last name, and most times you jettison all the achievements and your profile that you may have built with your maiden name the moment you get married and you switch over to your husband's name, with all the pains and stress and hassles that comes with pregnancy, childbirth, and raising children, your children bear the man's name. Yes, and most times, every other achievement you make after the marriage becomes to the pride of the man. So why would you hurry a process that you would live the rest of your life trying to nurture? So please, do not go in and live with a man who is not yet your husband. It is the worst thing you can do to yourself. You have no moral or societal justification for doing that to yourself, and it will come back definitely to haunt you and to belittle you when you eventually get married to the man. That is if you eventually get married to the man, because most times these men never show up and they never go through with the marriage process. Eventually they could, if that this is what leads to stories that we hear of men, despite the fact of they are being in a relationship with a woman for as much as 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 years. They could meet a woman elsewhere, another woman elsewhere, another 6 months, they've gotten married to the woman, because that other woman gave them the vibes of being unavailable, being not being easily assessed is what keeps the hunter spirit in a man always active. It will make him to want more. There is this popular African adage that says, why buy the cow when he's getting the milk for free? Why would he bother himself to hasten the marriage rights between the both of you up when he's getting all the marital benefits from you for free? He sleeps with you at will, you cook for him, you do his dishes, you do his laundry, and most times you go even extend your unappreciated hospitality to his family. You might think they are seeing you as a wife material, but they are seeing you as a living maid. And you might not be the only one who is auditioning for that role of a maid, what they call wife. And even if you eventually win that role of his wife, your respect is almost gone, both in his eyes and the eyes of his family. And trust me, the time will come when you will need your respect intact, given to you as a wife. You may feel you have earned that place, that respect, but nobody will be willing to give it to you. Most painfully, your spouse, because before even the marriage started, you did things that had put that marriage in jeopardy. So whatever it is, do not go and live with a man. Limit the extent of house chores and hospitality service you are rendering to him and to his family, even if they're the ones who found you for him or found him for you. Please, once the marriage and the relationship becomes serious and marriage is in view, try to make yourself a little bit unavailable so that you can gather your respect for him and for his family in full. If you've listened and watched till this very moment, please like this video, share and subscribe, and do everything necessary. Click the notification button, follow this page, and so that when my next video drops, you'll be the first to get notified and you'll be the first to know. Till I come your way next time. Thank you and God bless you.